Vasudeva Kutumbakam has not come from anywhere else but India.
A number that might surprise many people. Let me start with it. Today, a patient in the United States might spend nearly $150,000 on a heart surgery. The same procedure in India, sometimes less than one tenth of the cost. But here's the interesting part: people are not traveling to India just because it's affordable. They are coming because India offers something unique: world class doctors, advanced hospitals, and a healing ecosystem that blends modern medicines with traditionals like yoga and Ayurveda. And that is why India is quietly become one of the fastest growing destination for medical value travel. But building a global healthcare destination is not just about hospitals. It requires policy, tourism infrastructure, global trust, and a national vision. And today's conversation will uncover exactly that. In this podcast, we will talk about why thousands of international patients are choosing India for treatment, how the government of India is building the Heal in India's vision, what challenges India still needs to overcome to become a global leader in medical value travel, and how tourism, healthcare, and wellness are merging to create a completely new global industry. And the person joining us today is right at the center of this transformation. She is a senior IAS officer and currently serves as the managing director of the Indian Tourism Development Corporation at the rank of additional secretary to the government of India. It's an honor to welcome Ms. Mugdha Sinha, ma'am. Hello, ma'am, and thank you for joining us. It's great to have you here at Medgate Today podcast, which is one of the podcasts where we are doing a series for the International Women's Day as well. So first, we will know about how India's vision are transforming. After that, a one leadership, especially a women, making a transformation into this segment. So starting with the very beginning, ma'am. You have spent years in making policies, seeing and watching this industry evolving a lot. So, right now, at the position which you are sitting at, how do you see that the people of India has some kind of misunderstandable thing into their mind about the India's tourism?
Thank you very much for having me on your podcast on medical value tourism on the International Women's Day. I'm extremely grateful. I think one of the biggest myths is that India is not just about a couple of destinations. It's not just about Taj Mahal and the Golden Triangle. India is a huge country. I think it's a civilizational nation. Yeah. It's a continent by itself. And I think we just don't have places. But India is made up of people and the experiences that the intersection of places and people bring. Because, if I can say that the civilizational ethos, tourism, and culture are at the heart of incredible India's civilizational ethos.
Yeah.
Vasudeva Kutumbakam has not come from anywhere else but India.
Yeah.
And it epitomizes today the Atulya Bharat that we talk of or the incredible India. But the point is that we have, as Indians, looked at India as a global destination, and we have been very welcoming to everybody who wants to come to India. But we must realize that the world looks at India not just as a destination, but as a bazaar. Because today, every country that is looking at India is not just looking to come to India, but is also hoping that Indians will travel to their country so that their country can prosper and grow and develop with the footprints of Indians going to their country. So we must realize the potential that the country has, the potential that the country offers to the world in not just being a global destination with 5,000 plus years of civilizational history and so many destinations built by our ancestors and by contemporary Indians and experiences that India offers, which are unique, which you will not find anywhere else. But we are also a bazaar for anybody looking at India. So we are incredible Indians because of the fact that the world is looking at us today.
Yes.
And that has only become possible because this government has laid emphasis. In 2014, the Honorable Prime Minister spoke about Brand India. And in the 5 T's that he spelled out for Brand India, which is tradition, Vikas B, Virasat B, which is tradition, talent. India is a storehouse of talent today. And trade. You know, India is trading with so many countries today. Technology. We just had the AI Impact Summit. And of course, tourism. So the 5 T's to brand India, in those 5 T's or 5 pillars, tourism is one of the very, very prominent pillars.
Yeah. So as you said that tourism is one of the prominent pillar. So if you'd like to describe India's tourism power in one sentence, that would be?
If I can just say it in 2 words, it would be incredible India.
That's great, ma'am.
Yes.
So medical value travel is evolving rapidly. And patients nowadays travel from thousands of miles to get the treatment in India. But they don't see this treatment only from the physical one. They see it as the wellness as well. So what makes India uniquely positioned in the global medical value travel if we talk about?
So I think the 2 things that make India incredible in terms of the medical value tourism and why India should be a preferred destination is one simple fact that we've had surgeons even before surgery was known to the world.
Yes.
The Charak Samhita.
Yes.
The philosophy of how medicine has to be propounded has evolved from this country. If you look at the what you call the pharmaceutical understanding of pharmaceutical, the palliative care, the preventive care, the surgery, the cosmetic surgery, I think our roots go back into ancient India.
Ancient
right?
India, yes.
And India has boasted of the Indian traditional knowledge system, which the world has received. Our manuscripts traveled via the Middle East to Europe and ushered in their age of science and age of enlightenment based on the manuscripts that we are discovering today. So that is one. So foundational work has already been done in India. If I look at contemporary India, I can say that the T of tourism begets a lot of trust. When you talk of India, when you talk of India's medicinal, standing in the world, be it both Ayurveda, Ayush, or otherwise, you will find that Indian doctors, Indian nursing communities, in fact, Indian nursing communities have actually given rise to a lot of medical value tourism even in the Middle East, because they were the ones who were servicing even when the T of tourism was not known in those countries. So I think our nursing community, our doctors have a lot of trust. In fact, even if you look at London, a lot of Kashmiri doctors have populated the London, the UK system. So if you look at the people who value at the core, then that. If you also look at the kind of development that has happened in building the medical value infrastructure, today we have the largest number of hospitals, and those hospitals are not just specialized, but they are super specialty hospitals.
Yes, super specialty.
If you look at the diagnostics, I think we have the best. It's not just best, but also the range that we have. Offer the disaggregation that we have. Every city in the country today, do it South or North India, you look at PGI Chandigarh, you look at Vellore, everybody has a special. You look at Kerala for Ayurvedic treatment. Wellness treatment. So you will find that India's medical infrastructure, India's trust in the doctors community, in the medical community, in the Ayush community, adds to that in the nursing community, and the kind of education, capacity building that is happening, the skilling that is happening, I think is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Our demographic dividend that we have, the insistence on tradition and talent going together,
Yes.
that begets a lot of trust and goodwill for the country. And that is why lot of our people from the neighboring countries find it both affordable, which you said in the beginning,
Yes.
not just affordable, but also accessible. There's huge amount of telemedicine which is being used today. So
Yeah.
use of technology and how people can access us. And plus we have 21 medical value tourism companies today which are accredited by NABHL,
Oh.
which have various global offices abroad. We have a very robust visa regime when it comes to medical value tourism and Ayush tourism. We have e-visas for both medical value and e-visas for both Ayush. We have a Ayush portal where anybody can reach out and get a visa. We also have a medical value tourism attendant visa and an Ayush attendant visa, which are very easy to get. And if you look at the rates, I think they are phenomenally nominal, if I can say. And plus the specialization of our doctors and the access of us. If you look at any country abroad, be it America, be it countries in Europe, it is very difficult to access the wait time for
Yes.
accessing the super specialty doctors is huge. And in India, I don't think that access, the per density availability of doctors, hospitals, clinics, I think that is phenomenal in the country. And that is, I think, at the core of why medical value tourism should become the epicenter of how we do medical value and Ayush tourism in the country. And apart from that, if you look at the physiological, psychological, the mental well-being, the palliative, the preventive cure, mental anxiety and all that, India has given to the world what is called yoga. India is also the land of Buddha and meditation.
Yes.
And if you recall, 10 years back, in 2015, if I'm not mistaken, 21st of June was declared. Last year, we celebrated a whole decade of promoting yoga. And everybody is inspired by the fact that India is the leader, is the progenitor, is the bellwether in terms of yoga. And yoga, we know, is a system which is as ancient as India is. And then 21st of December 2024, UNESCO again declared 21st of December as the World Meditation Day. We know Rishikesh.
Yes.
We know a lot of sects that we have in India which promote different kinds of meditation. And I think these are also equally important. When you look at the whole system of wellness, these are also very, very important. And today, the whole concept of wellness is moving from hospitals to hotels.
Yes.
I think that also tells you that our focus is shifting from dealing with sickness or illness to wellness.
Yes.
And I think that should also be attractive because we live in an age of anxiety. We live in an age of loneliness and isolation. And I think if you are traveling, travel itself can be a balm to many things. And we also talk of promoting tourism as not just pro people and pro prosperity, but also as pro planet. And being in natural surroundings, being embraced by nature can also be very much healing.
Yeah.
So I think India has all of these in plentiful measures. And we not just have what nature has given us as bounty, but we have also come up with very strong policies and very innovative and tech-enabled platforms by which India can be accessed for its medical value tourism and also for wellness. And I think through all the various international tourism marts that we have, all our agencies and all our stakeholders are also being able to access the world and sell the products that are available in country. I think when you talk of Ayush, the moment you talk of Ayush and Ayurveda in India, the A also stands for authenticity.
Yeah.
So I always say that we can offer the world very authentic products and be able to service them with globally benchmarked service standards.
Yes.
So I think that is at the core or the heart of India's USP. when it comes to both wellness or Heal in India program that we have.
The way you have described the USP, if I say, about the India's tourism and about the culture of India is phenomenal, ma'am. If we can point it out with the different things, you have covered not only the modern medicine, but also the traditional medicine. And if I take it forward, taking a little more moment, that this is one of the fascinating things that India is now integrating modern medicine with the traditional one. So how do you see that this integrating healing model can benefit and make a global advantage to the India?
Actually, I would not like to say that there is something that we have to do in the future. We are already doing it. I mean, if you look at the number of foreigners today that board the Delhi Rishikesh, Delhi Dehradun flight, you will see that most of them are attired for yoga,
Yes.
for meditation, and they're coming from all over. So I think it's not just one place. If you also look to Kerala, look to Coimbatore, look to several places, Hyderabad, look to the Himalayas, look to the Northeast, you will find that people are wanting to go for slow tourism, go for rejuvenative tourism, go for healing kind of activities. So it is not just about medical value tourism and Ayush tourism. It is also about what India's nature can offer in terms of slow treks, like a trek over the Chadar Lake,
Yes.
a trek to any of the hills, anywhere in up north, down south, Sayadris or Aravlis or
Yes.
wherever. Even that can be a very rejuvenating experience. India also has a vast 500 plus, forest reserves, sanctuaries, wildlife parks, which are equally full of nature, both flora and fauna. We have several herbal gardens today in the country. We also have several Ayurveda products. We also have several Ayurveda processes which are embedded. Kati Basti, for example, if I can just mention, if you want a knee treatment before you get a knee surgery, please go for Kati Basti. It's a Ayurveda technique of massage that helps you. Helps to heal your joints. So there's so many things in our system that we have. What we need to do for the future is scale it up, be able to market it, have SOPs that can standardize the products,
Yes.
And then be able to market it globally, so that people understand the USP. The whole marketing has to be around a USP, that the product has evolved with India's civilizational contemporary story. And the fact is that on the authentic product, which is well researched, which is based on manuscript. So if you give them an anchor, the manuscript is often an anchor to tell you it's that ancient.
Yes.
And if you're able to facilitate and make the whole supply chain seamless, if you can provide them good connectivity, if you can have tech-enabled platforms for booking, etc., if you
Yes.
can handhold them, because there's still a lot of people, and it's the geriatric, high net worth
Yes.
individuals who would like to be handheld and guided for personalized, customizable, tailor-made packages, itineraries for experiences. I think that is something which is going to really, really elevate and up our game as far as the medical value and the Ayush tourism is there. And I think it's not just Government of India that is doing, because Government of India has come up with the Incredible India website, which has most of the things. Somebody has to access it,
Yes.
right? But it's also a stakeholders who have to come together and get onboarded so that you can be visible on one platform. Today, the point is that we are all lost in the info clips of information.
Yes.
So I think consolidation of that information, aggregation of that information, everybody coming together on one platform is the easiest way that the globe can actually see the kind of things that are happening in India,
Yeah.
which are already happening.
Yeah.
So it's not something that we have to do in the future. We just have to upscale them.
Yes.
We have to skill our professionals, and we have to ensure that huge amount of capacity building is done, so that each and every Indian who stands to deliver some kind of service or a product becomes a brand ambassador for India and is able to get goodwill and business for the country, be it medical value tourism, be it Ayush tourism, or be it any kind of experiential immersive tourism.
You have the way you have briefed us, it has just led us that the kind of services India is providing not only to the medical value travel but as a whole of the tourism, and it is incomplete if we don't talk about the competitors. So if I talk about the competitors, ma'am, the competitors are Thailand, Singapore, and Turkey. They are aggressively positioning themselves as a global medical tourism destination. In this Southeast Asian countries, or if we take it to the Middle East countries, how are you finding India's net position globally? If we take it bifurcation, and what is the India's biggest untapped advantage, which we still have to leverage it?
So I think we have to look at the allied facilities around what we do, right? When you talk of heal in India and wellness in India, I think we have to make a distinction, and that is why there are two visa categories. One is the medical value tourism. The medical value tourism will flow in a country where the specialization and where the trust and the infrastructure is there, which India has.
Yes.
So if you look at eye, oncology, these are sectors, cosmetic surgery, dental, this is where cardiac, this is where we get. What has Thailand done? Thailand, if you read very clearly, Thailand has become a hub for sex change operations. And a lot of people who fly to Thailand today are using that. There is a whole lane. I'm forgetting the name of the lane, but the entire lane has hospitals. Hospitals have tie-ups with hotels because people who recuperate from operations have then to be. So I think we have to establish linkages between the hospitals, the resorts, and the hotels. That is one. Also, a lot of transportation then. And when you are waiting, right, what can you make the person do? So there will be gastronomy, there'll be shopping, there'll be all kinds of rejuvenative exercises that a person can do or experiences that a person can have. And I think we have to choose. We have to also now look at, looking at destination and saying, okay, Vellore, for eye, let's say, okay, these kind of operations, super specialization here, have a chain of referrals everywhere, and then look at the hospitals as part of the hospitality sector and be able to cross promote each other, because that is very important. Because you can have access to doctors, but you may not find affordability in the hotel. So how can we make our treatments are very, very affordable as compared. You yourselves mentioned in the introduction that we are 1/10 the cost anywhere.
Of the cost.
We also need to make the accommodations, the access in terms of flight, say a flight from South Africa to India, say a flight from Latin America to India. We have to have more wide-bodied aircraft. So we have to look at not just at the core. The core is fantastic in terms of what we have. We also have to look at the peripheral activities, and we need to work very closely with the private sector. The airlines, for example, can they fly long distance? Because where is the need? The need is from Latin American countries to come to India. The need is from Africa to come to India. How can we make travel cheap for them? Because the treatment is cheap. How can travel be made cheap? How can the stay be made cheap? And how can we then market what we have in other countries? I think that is very, very important.
You very well quoted, ma'am, that there should be a coordination between multiple sectors, whether it is accommodation, hospitality.
See, Turkey has done something. They have populated their Turkish hammams, also picked up from the ancient culture. And they are saying that, this will free you from so many diseases. And some countries who have nothing, they are telling you that we will give you a power nap in such a way that all your tiredness will go. So they are now establishing sleeping pods. There are other places which are saying that, okay, we would like to do digital nomadism. You come and stay and work in a country and you will get X number of benefits, including insurance for medical treatment. Okay. Special insurance for digital nomadism, which basically means that you might be a citizen of any other country, but if you choose to come and stay in an X country for a year, for 2 years with your family, we are happy to extend you based on the insurance that you have a similar kind of insurance here
Okay.
for different kinds of treatment. So I think, today's world and tourism is based on a whole lot of contractual entanglements, if I can say it like that.
Okay.
Hospital, hotels experiences, hotels gastronomy, hotels and diets, resorts and diets, yoga and meditation,
Yes.
selling of products, insurance, travel, safety. All of that has to come together in a bouquet. And I think that is, if we can all do it in a bouquet, all these things exist in India. We just have to collate in such a manner, and that is the work of a policy architect.
Yes.
To be able to bring it together so the person who lands in India doesn't have to think too much.
Yeah.
He is handheld through all the procedures in a seamless manner so that he can enjoy even his curative, palliative, or wellness or whatever kind of journey that he's come for. So the experience of getting sick and getting treated.
Yeah.
Because as Nietzsche said, that disease is the beginning of good health. I think that should be the slogan, I think, of the medical value tourism.
Yeah.
Because, see, how did Switzerland actually become popular as a healing destination? It is because everybody who got sick, you call them mental illness at that point, you'll probably call it mental anxiety today, all headed to the hills
Yes.
for rejuvenation. And that is why the Swiss Alps, Thomas Mann wrote his famous Magic Mountain in Switzerland. There's so many people who've actually written books on recuperation, etc. Walden was written by David Thoreau. He stayed in that cabin away from people. So I think it's basically nature and infrastructure. That is how, and a traditional knowledge system, all of them coming together, I think, will really, really help. This entanglement is something that we have to build. And it is in the layers and in the nuances which will actually help us grow and move forward as we go, to be able to capitalize on the assets that we have.
Yeah.
So that is, I think, we have huge assets. We have to just link up those assets to make the assets work for us.
And utilize it in the best manner.
Optimization of
Yes.
the assets through interlinkages of the assets. That's
Yes.
what we need to do, I think.
And by the God's grace, we have got the best topography in India, that if we go to north, if we go to south, if we go to east or west, we will find such kind of topography which rejuvenate yourself, which make yourself more lively and brings the best wellness into yourself.
So I've always been saying that one of the other myths, if I can go back to your first question and say, that India is a destination for all seasons, all 365 days. I
Yes.
think that we must understand. India is the only country or continent, as you'd like to say, which has 6 seasons.
Yes, in the
No.
whole geography.
Yes.
correct.
So I think geography also becomes very important when you look at the fact that you can come and enjoy a monsoon. It's a very healing,
It is a season. Yeah.
It's not just spring, which is the healing season, not just winter and October, which is the healing season. And we have places, if you come in summer and you're not used to the kind of monsoon that we have here, then we have hill stations to offer you. So we have destinations for every season, for every personal liking, if I can say. So India is so big that we can offer you everything that is under your heart's desire or in your wish list.
Yeah.
I don't think any other country at any given point in time can offer you this kind of a bouquet that we have.
Yeah.
And the diversity
Diversity.
makes it very, very inclusive. Our diversity is the beauty, because our diversity makes it inclusive for everybody. We are as comfortable, or rather people from the global south are as comfortable coming to us as a people from the global north, or as a people from Latin America, Caribbean, or
Any
South
of the region.
Africa. So we have something which has affinity with all of them.
Yes.
And our Indian diaspora, I mean, let's not forget them. Our Indian diaspora is the best brand ambassador of India's tourism abroad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, ma'am, as you talked about the coordination between the multiple sectors like the travel, the accommodation, and many so. So, what key initiatives have the government of India already taken, or they are trying to pursue with the same in the near future?
So I think the biggest initiative that was taken in the medical value tourism was the focus that was given on the Heal in India
Yeah.
program by the Honorable Prime
Minister.
Minister. And I think that really brought all of these disaggregated parts together. And a lot of work is being done right from the announcement of the World Yoga Day, right down to the
Meditation
announcement of the World Meditation Day, and bookended by these two. There's a lot of water that has flown in terms of upgradation, accreditation of our products, the visa portals, the different 19 different sub-segments of visa, the Chalo India program, where you could get free visas to come to visit India. So much has happened, but there is always, we would like to be the best. We are very aspirational.
Yes.
We want to be a 30 trillion US dollar
And I think
economy.
everyone should be so aspirational and they have that optimistic thought in
Yes.
their mind
Yes.
to lead for the success.
So I feel that aspirations and affirmations go together. So
Okay.
an affirmative action binds both of them. So I think I would like to have the audacity of hope and believe that there's lots that is going to happen, and India is already very well positioned. I think we just need to market it a little more so that people know how to access. We must also speak a lot about the procedures, about the companies that exist who can handhold and get India, because it's a win-win situation that we should create. And we are very welcoming. I mean, whatever said and done, I don't think the other myth that people may have is we are one of the safest countries.
Yeah.
So if you're a solo traveler, I think India is not just India, incredible India because of a geography. We are also incredible India because of the incredible Indians that make it so.
Yes.
And I think you must access the authorized travel agents, the authorized medical value travel agents, the authorized people. And I'm sure if you go through the authorized route, the right authentic route, if I can say, then I don't think you will face any problems of security, safety, sanitation, hygiene, any of it. Because that is why we accredit people the best in the service. And I think everybody who's looking at the program today must access the government portals that give enough and more information, and they also give you information about who are the right agents to go so that you are not duped. We have all the right scaffolds and policies in place. I just think we need to talk about it a little more so that the right kind of people who want or who need it or who want it are both able to access it.
Needs and wants always go side by side.
Yes.
So, ma'am, you in the second question, you said about the misinformation and bombardment of a lot of information, because of which the real information is getting disappeared. So, in your perspective, you can say personal choice, do you have any kind of thought how we can make all these information come in one place and give the right awareness campaign to the people, like you said, who needs it, who wants it?
Yeah. So again, I'd say that this is not something that we have to, we don't have to rekindle the fire and invent the fire again. It's already been done. We just need to disseminate it and make awareness through podcasts like these better. On the 27th of September 2024, when I was DG Tourism, we launched what is called the Incredible India 2.0 version portal. And I think for all cities across India, for all states, for all geographies, for all kinds of experiences, it is also linked to the Nidhi portal, which has all the accredited tour operators, travel agents, everything. So I would suggest you access one portal, which will give you information about India, all the authorized information about India, and it is also, by the way, available in vernacular and foreign languages. Otherwise, you can use India's Bhashani or Anuvadani to translate any of those and read it in your own language. That will give you enough and more information about what you need. And we also have contact numbers, emails of people you can access if you need any more information. I think that should be the starting point. And of course, our embassies abroad are also available. The first secretaries everywhere are working as the overseas tourism promotion officers. And I think we can access any of them. use whatever route, physical route for greater satisfaction if you feel that is what you require, or a tech-enabled platform of Incredible India, whatever you need, please access information, ask questions, be comfortable, and please do come to Incredible India because I think you are missing out on a lifetime on not seeing a country which will take more than a lifetime to see.
In your conversation, you said about the linguistic barrier now, that you can transform it into whatever language you want. So it's my personal thought which just came into my mind that do you see when a person come to India where a lot of linguistic things are there, like we have multiple languages. So do they find any kind of linguistic barrier into this?
I think I would say a very, very straight and a capital no. I'll tell you why. Because today everybody is surrounded by smart watches. Today you have a Gabbett ring. You know, I mean, you are really able to converse with people. Today the barrier is not so much language because technology is enabling all kinds of discussion, even for the all kinds of visually or physically challenged people. But the barrier today is generational. You know, people of the Gen X spoke a different language. Today, the millennials and the zennials are talking of sway, slay, skibidi, dililu. Remember that the lingo that is changing is making English that we spoke like Latin, Latin of yesteryears. Because I think
making us alien.
Yes, absolutely. So how do you understand? So suppose a person was to come from abroad, he's a geriatric, and was talk to a student, school student in India,
or a Gen Z doctor,
maybe in English, both speaking in English and still may not understand each other because of the
communication barrier, or you can say
the English language lingo that has changed. So I think this will never be a problem. India's diversity is its beauty. So it will never be a problem because today tech has, tech is a solution provider. Tech is an enabler for conversations. I can tell you, I speak Spanish and I was able to access Mexico speaking in their language. And where I didn't understand, I always had the benefit of tech translations.
Yeah.
So I don't think language is a barrier. And in caregiving, because we are today talking of the sector.
Yes.
Because the next age that we are going to see is the age of the creative economy and the caregiving economy. I think there the language is the language of expression.
Yeah.
Of how you are able to extend your services. So I don't think language will ever be a barrier in extending warmth, extending affection, extending global services. So I don't think that will ever be a barrier in India. And we have already, being given testimonial to ourselves globally by having the doctors and nurses of India service the entire world. So I don't think that should be a problem at all.
And as you mentioned about the technology, recently the India has conducted AI Summit, which has shown the globe that the kind of technology involvement, the kind of evolution that India is taking is at par. And now we are well ready to showcase the globe that India is somewhere incredible and somewhere leading the globe.
Yes.
In the government initiative question, you mentioned about Heal in India. So there is one initiative, Heal in India, Heal by India. How would you like to decode it and associate it with the global agenda?
So if you look at the UN Agenda 2030, which is the Sustainable Development Goals, the Sustainable Development Goals very clearly say that tourism can be a vehicle, an agency for fulfilling the SDGs. And the SDGs talk of education, they talk of healthcare, they talk of empowerment of women, they talk of almost everything. There are 17 SDG goals, and then we have some 170 plus actionable points that there exist. And I think if tourism is a vehicle, and also if you look at the fact that in India, when India was holding the presidency of the G20, during that time, I think we were able to showcase through the Goa roadmap, which we developed, that how important it is for India's tourism development to be factored, to be pillared or to be anchored in the pro people approach, the pro planet approach. That is why we said travel for life. And we can also extend it and say travel for wellness today. And in the pro per capita prosperity of all. So India is today spearheading what is called not just development for numbers, not just growth alone, but we are saying that this development and this growth should actually lead to per capita prosperity of the people, of women, of youth, of MSMEs, and of local communities. Because if you look at many of our states in the country today, you will find that even before agriculture, it is tourism that is at the mainstay of of the economy, of the population, of livelihoods. So I think we are headed in the right direction, and I'm very, very happy that one has also got a brief opportunity to be a part of the sector and to contribute one's services in the service of this nation, I think.
You talked about the economy, ma'am. And as of one of the, you can say, report I read, in that says India often talks about becoming $5,000 trillion economy. So do you think that medical value travel or tourism could become a major economic pillar? I will not say just a boost or catalyst of the economy, but an economic pillar for the country in the coming days.
So the Honorable Prime Minister has given a vision for India 2047, which is when India will be completing 100 years of being an independent nation. And I think he's very aspirational about what he wants for India when India touches that 100 mark. And he wants to be a $30 trillion US economy for the country, which means that tourism itself will be a $3 trillion economy, which is what the economy is today. We are at $4.18 trillion dollars economy today.
Yeah.
And what we are today will be tourism in a couple of years from now, which is huge, which basically means that 10% contribution to GDP, almost 10% contribution to employment. If you look at the travel, tourism, and hospitality sector, it means, if you look at the global picture, about 371 million as we end 2025 December. These are the WTTC figures for how much employment has been provided by global tourism across the globe. If you look at the same period and the numbers for India, 86 million people have been given employment. If you look at what the CEO of WTTC says, Gloria Guevara, she says that travel and tourism provide 40% employment to women. And if you look at the hospitality sector globally, that provides employment to about 52%.
Oh.
If you add to this the medical value tourism, which is all about palliative care, preventive care, right? You will find that this number is likely to go and it's going to benefit women.
Okay.
A lot.
As we are celebrating the International Women's
Because
Month.
women are at the center of caregiving economy.
Exactly.
And if they can transition from being invisible in the domestic caregiving economy and become part of the visible workforce in the caregiving economy, then I think not just the stature of women, because we are doing this conversation on the International Women's Day, not their stature, but also their economic empowerment. And they will contribute and they will be configured in the statistical understanding in a better way. And the caregiving economy's contribution to the economy is going to spur India into the future in times to come. So I think this is if I can say, this is the hidden, untapped potential of this sector, which is going to hugely benefit women, and it is hugely going to benefit tourism in the times to come.
And one of the election person has said that women are the untapped asset of any of the nation.
Yes.
And very well said, ma'am. As you said that women can become women are getting empowered through this. So I just want to know from your perspective, how do you see that if women come into this segment, this sector, it will amplify the core of this industry?
So women actually, if you look at the small towns, if you look at, because I see a lot of agencies today employing young women, uh, you will find that a lot of the women, if you tap women, many women do PhDs today, easy, no conflict with marriage, no conflict of career, marriage, personal, professional. And if you look at the medical, pre-marriage, many of the women from rural India are today undertaking a lot of nursing courses, encouraged by the family, because this is a skill
Yes.
that is a dual-edged skill which helps them professionally
and personal.
and also helps them to take care of the geriatric parents, parents-in-laws, if I can say that. So this is getting a lot of boost and encouragement, societal boost and encouragement, and this is going to become, an economical, thing of value for the individuals, for the institutions, and for the country as a whole. So the fact that there is some kind of societal encouragement to get skilled means that there will be many more, demographic dividend
Yes.
available for this. And this is going to be richly, hugely empowering, because if you have the right skill sets to save a human life, I think what else do you need?
Yeah, very well said, ma'am. And one more thing that I would like to ask you, that right now you are sitting at the position where you don't only see the policy, regulation, and the industry, but you also have the hold for the transformation. If you get one power to bring the women empowerment in any of the sector, I'm not just talking about the tourism, what that would be.
This year's theme for the International Women's Day was Give to Gain.
Yes.
Right? Hashtag Give to Gain.
And I really want you to please explain this give to gain, because many of the people are not able to understand why the two things which is totally different, like give and gain, has just come under the one sentence.
So, hashtag Give to Gain basically means it epitomizes, or we can draw an analogy with the tree. Hana? A tree is giving, right?
Okay.
Right? A tree is giving. What is it giving? It is giving without discrimination. Anybody who sits under the tree is not asking you, who are you?
Yeah.
Are you a male, or are you a female? Are you geriatric? Are you a child? So it's giving willingly, just by existing. A tree, just by existing, is giving of itself, right? And what is it gaining? It's actually not gaining anything.
Yeah.
But it is gaining the goodwill of the people just by the benefit that it gives. The people hold on to the tree and do a chipko and say, no, the tree should not go.
Yes, the chipko movement you are talking about.
So I'm just saying that when you give anybody, not just a tree, when you give without any expectation of anything, you generate a goodwill in society, right? I also say there's another analogy which I keep using, which is, जब आप किसी के हाथ में मेहंदी लगाते हो तो थोड़ी मेहंदी आपके हाथ में भी लग जाती है.
Yes.
When you are giving oxygen and taking away people's carbon dioxide, a tree, what are people doing? People are recognizing you for what you're doing. When you are giving shade, people are coming and sitting under it.
Yeah.
Right? And then people are tying knots around you. People are venerating you.
Yes.
Right? Just by existence. And this, by the way, this gift to gain comes from India's philosophy. What does India's philosophy say? India's philosophy says, Yatra nari pujyante, tatra devta ramante.
Our ancient philosophy.
Yes. Basically, what does it mean? It is not just that I will respect you, because where women are respected, the gods reside. It's not just that. The deeper meaning of this philosophy is that India believes in respecting the divine feminine. Just by the fact that you are born as a girl child, you have the divine feminine inside of you, and you are divine for us just by being, just by existing.
Yes.
Just like the tree. The tree, just by being a tree, is divine for us.
Your existence
matter. You, just by being, you are important. So you don't really have to do anything.
Yeah.
Even if you are a house worker, a householder, homemaker, whatever
Whatever
want to
term
say,
you want to use.
term parlance you want to say, you are still venerable for us.
Yeah.
You are still divine for us. And India also beautifully exemplifies the Shakti and the Prakriti go together,
Yes.
right? The Purush and the Prakriti go together. We believe in balance. We don't believe in silos. We believe in breaking silos and building bridges.
Yeah.
That is incredible India, I think.
Incredible India, if we talk about, then I think one day is not enough.
Yes.
2 days are not enough. My just last quote from your side would be health. India has already become the pharmaceutical hub for the globe. Can realistically India become the healthcare capital of the world?
India is actually one of the healthcare capitals of the world. I mean, the kind of people that we are servicing, if you go to any hospital today, I can tell you that you will find a whole number of foreigners who are being serviced by Indian hospitals. We are already there, but of course, because we have so much of huge potential, I mean, why would we sit on untapped potential? There's so much more that we can do, so much more that we can, optimize in terms of our assets that we have. And the journey will always be towards self-improvement, to be doing better than what we are today. We would like to remain aspirational. So while we have reached this age and stage in what we do in terms of medical value, in terms of Ayush, we'll definitely not want to stop here, because we can definitely be the best. And we should learn from competition, but we should also collaborate. Because there's a lot that the other countries are still not doing. In fact, we should do global itineraries. So if you've come for a sex change operation in Thailand, why don't you come for something else, recuperation here, and then go for something else somewhere else? So I think we need to look at itineraries in a far more holistic manner, and not look at the physical boundaries of the countries, maybe do regional visas or something for medical value tourism. We should look at a comparative advantage and look at price arbitrage. Can we do something better than what is being done in the world? I think all of these things is something that we must work very, very seriously on.
If I bring out 2-3 points, I will not say points, words from your conversation. It will be synergize our energy into the potential. Another one is connected care. Like you said, if you're coming to the Thailand, come to India for another thing. And the last one, if I talk about, will be bringing the best out of what we have from the resources. So just wrapping up the whole conversation, I would like to start a small rapid fire round with you, which will be solely for the candidness and to bring the whole conversation into some of the points which the new generation, the Gen Z generation, always out of focus. They need very quick things to learn. So the first question would be, ma'am, one word that defines India's tourism future.
Aspirational.
One Indian destination perfect for medical recovery tourism. If we talk about recovery, rehabilitation or something.
I would say the hills, maybe the beaches, maybe Kerala.
Yes, the Kerala provides us more.
Yeah.
One global country, India should collaborate. Like you said, right now, collaboration leads to everything for the future within healthcare tourism.
Maybe Thailand.
Thailand. One innovation that will change global healthcare travel.
I think integration.
And tourism, healthcare or wellness, which is the biggest driver of medical value travel specifically for India?
I think both. I don't have the numbers right now, but I think medical value ends up in big spends, and wellness actually makes India global, gets India global recognition and global goodwill, I think.
So if we talk about the ending and the full conversation which we had with ma'am, so India today stands at a fascinating intersection of healthcare excellence and tourism strength. Medical value travel is not just about economic opportunity. It is about positioning India as a country that heals, welcomes and serves the world. I would like to quote one of our ancient philosophy, and we have made it our G20 philosophy as well, Vasudeva Kutumbakam, which teaches us that the world is one family. And medical value travel is also very simply states that India extending that belief by healing and welcoming the world to our Holy Land, which we call it. Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving such an insightful thoughts, and especially at this position which you are sitting, give us the real power, the real figure, and the real things the government of India, the people who are integrated with this segment, with this industry are doing. It was empowering, brainstorming, and especially for the women, which you told the gift to gain decodation to us, that was tremendous, ma'am.
Thank you so much. I really enjoyed this conversation.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.